have passed. Now Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. And it was not selected to be one of the pillars of Islam for no reason. The pillars in any structure, in any building, they are what holds that building up, meaning the building cannot exist without them. So the pillars of Islam, they are the foundation, the fundamental elements of the religion. And the month of Ramadan, similar to prayer and the other pillars of Islam, they are actually institutions. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He talks about prayer, He doesn't say perform prayer, He says establish the prayer. So there's a long talk we can give about what does it mean to establish prayer properly. It's not merely you physically perform the prayer, no, it's much more than that. So similarly, Ramadan, it's not merely I didn't eat, I didn't drink, and that's it. I left Ramadan, I lost a couple kilos, and that was the entire benefit I got from Ramadan. No, definitely not. Ramadan is an institution. Now this educational institution, when you enter it and you leave it after a number of years, definitely you don't expect to leave the same as you came in. The hope, inshallah, your parents are spending a lot of money so that you will leave better. Yeah? You have learned something, you have moved to a new level in terms of your understanding, in terms of your academic qualifications. So an institution must fundamentally change you for the better. So we have to ask ourselves, all those Ramadans that have passed in my life, am I that many times better? So this time last year, just before Ramadan, if you made a comparison spiritually, in terms of your religion, in terms of your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your closeness to Him, your level of commitment to Islam, your worship, would you find yourself today better, the same, or worse? If you find yourself the same or worse, then there's a problem. There's a problem. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever's today is not better than his yesterday, this person is a loser. This person is in loss. So definitely the Muslim is the first from over 1,400 years ago who believes in and promotes continuous improvement. Nowadays they teach us, those who are studying engineering, those who are studying management, we talk all the time about continuous improvement. How can we improve? Management is my area of expertise. I have bachelor's and master's in business administration. So this concept is a very Islamic concept. We must constantly be improving. We know we are not perfect and we will never be perfect, so there's always room to improve. Ramadan is a spiritual training ground where you need to move to a new level, improve. And it's a level that you intend to maintain for the rest of the year. This is important. So some people in the month of Ramadan, they say, brother, you will see, I will not smoke all of Ramadan. I will not drink alcohol. I will not have relations with my girlfriend. I will not do this. I will not do that. MashaAllah. These are things that you should not be doing all the time. Not only in Ramadan. So Islam is not something that's linked to a certain time or a certain place. I'm a good Muslim on Friday prayer time. I'm a good Muslim in Ramadan. I'm a good Muslim when I'm in Mecca. No. A Muslim is somebody that fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is God conscious and righteous all the time and everywhere. So Ramadan is something that needs to develop that in our life. Now experts in personal development and change, they said for a person to improve, number one, they need to have a vision. And our vision is very clear. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, من زحزح عن النار وأدخل الجنة فقد فاز. Whoever narrowly misses is saved by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the hellfire, because in actuality everybody could be going there, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will save people by His mercy, by His grace, by His love. He will guide people and He will enter them into paradise. That is true success. Regardless of what you can amass in this life, regardless of how nice your car is, how big your house is, how much you have in your bank account, whatever title you have before your name, and we strive hard in this life for that, none of that is true success. It's temporary. مَا عِنْدَكُمْ يَنْفَدْ وَمَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ بَاقٍ. What you have in this life will perish, will vanish, it will not last forever. regardless of how long you enjoy it, a time will come where you will be separated from it. But what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has in store for us in the hereafter is timeless, will remain forever, and will be far greater than anything we can enjoy in this life. So someone who has this vision, necessarily scholars who talk about personal development and change, they said if you don't make changes in your life, even small ones, you will never reach your vision. You will never achieve it. Somebody says, for example, I want to be someone who prays on time. So I need to start, for example, getting up for Fajr. Getting up for Fajr means you don't sleep at 3 a.m. and then say, how come I couldn't get up at 5:30? You have to sleep earlier. Sleeping earlier necessarily means when your friends called you at midnight and said, let's go to the shisha bar and hang out for 3 or 4 hours, you said, I cannot. Definitely I need to get up for Fajr on time. It's a small decision that you have to make, that you have to change, and it can have a profound effect on your daily schedule and the rest of your life. That's why those who talk about, for example, losing weight, getting in shape, improving your life in any way, they said you need to make small changes. But then you need to commit to those changes. Now we see people make those changes in Ramadan. They do things they never thought they could do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells you for these 12 hours, 15 hours, water is in front of you, but you say, I will not drink it, and you need it for life. Then definitely the rest of the year you can say no to drugs and alcohol, because you've proven to yourself you have the strength, you have the willpower, you can have the patience by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what we develop in Ramadan is meant to continue on after Ramadan. If you don't have that intention, then you're entering the month of Ramadan with an incorrect attitude and an incorrect state of mind.